The Middle East has once again become the center of one of the most dangerous geopolitical tensions in the world. The growing conflict between Iran, Israel, and the United States no longer appears to be just a regional dispute. According to many analysts, there may also be deeper layers of global power politics behind it. According to recent reports, Israel carried out strikes on 5 major Iranian energy facilities near Tehran. After these attacks, a thick layer of toxic smoke spread across the skies of Tehran. Environmental experts say the strikes did not only damage infrastructure but also increase the risk of pollution and ecological damage in surrounding areas. In several parts of Tehran, residents reported heavy smoke and the smell of burning fuel in the air. All of this suggests that targeting energy infrastructure may not only be a military strategy, but also a way to create economic pressure. Analysts believe Iran's strategy in this situation appears quite clear. Iran's goal is not to allow the United States a quick victory, but to stretch the conflict for as long as possible. The longer the war continues, the weaker America's global narrative may become, and the more political pressure could build internationally. Through this strategy, Iran also aims to send a message of resistance, showing that it is capable of sustaining a long-term conflict. At the same time, the global economy is already beginning to feel the direct impact of this tension. The global oil market is under pressure, and energy experts warn that if tensions in the Middle East continue to rise, oil prices could potentially reach $200 per barrel. If that happens, the consequences will not be limited to the United States. Economies in Europe and Asia could also be affected. Fuel prices would increase, transportation costs would rise, and businesses would face even greater economic pressure. From the shipping industry to the aviation sector, nearly every major global industry could see rising costs. That is why investors and governments around the world are closely monitoring the energy market. However, another controversial discussion has also emerged alongside this conflict, connected to the Jeffrey Epstein case. Epstein was a wealthy businessman whose name became linked to multiple international scandals. Reports suggest that the Epstein files contain the names of several powerful political figures. Some analysts argue that if such information were used as political leverage, it could potentially influence leadership decisions. There are also claims suggesting that Epstein may not have been only a businessman but possibly connected to intelligence networks. Some analysts have speculated about a possible connection between Epstein and the Israeli intelligence agency Mossad, although these claims remain part of ongoing debate and investigation, and no final proof has been publicly confirmed. At the same time, an important development is also being discussed in Iran's internal politics. Reports suggest that after Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, his son Mustafa Khamenei may emerge as the next supreme leader. Political experts often describe Mustafa Khamenei as a more radical and aggressive figure, with strong ties to the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, or IRGC. The IRGC is considered one of the most powerful military and political forces in Iran, and plays a significant role in shaping Iran's foreign policy. If this leadership transition becomes permanent, it could push Middle Eastern geopolitics in a more aggressive direction. That is why experts around the world are closely observing the situation. If this conflict escalates further, its consequences may not remain limited to the Middle East alone, but could also affect the global economy, energy markets, and international politics. Oil supply routes, international trade networks, and regional alliances could all be influenced by rising tensions. And perhaps that is why the biggest question facing the world today is this. Is this merely a regional conflict, or is there a deeper story of global power politics and intelligence games unfolding behind the scenes? The coming days may provide the answer, and could ultimately determine the direction in which the future of the Middle East will move.